This video is a step-by-step guide on how to complete your new entrant audit. It's very in-depth. If you follow the exact order of how I made this video, you will save lots of time as I go through all the problems that you could encounter and how to solve them. The only thing that you won't find in this video is how to edit driver logs. I'm Ruben, the owner of Loyalty Insurance in Phoenix, Arizona. The reason that I was able to make this video is because a good customer of mine allowed me to record it while I performed the audit for them. If even after watching this video and following along, you feel that you still can't do the audit yourself, you can contact my office and we could perform the audit for you. I hope that you can perform it yourself following along with this video. I really put a lot of time into this video covering all the things that you need to know. And if you can't, then I don't know. Then if you can't, then I don't know. And if you can't call me, I don't know. All right, let's go. Getting right into this. This is the document that I want you to find and pull up. This is the new entrant audit list of documents to be submitted that you'll have from the DOT inspector. We will use it as a checklist. Ultimately, this is what's required of you to pass the audit. Go ahead and scan it to see what it is, but we're gonna use this as a checklist, so screenshot it, print it, and have it in a way that you can reference it when you're working on this. What I'm gonna do at the top of this is I'm gonna add the EIN number and the USDOT PIN number, because these are the first things that we're gonna need to have on hand to finish the audit. So if you have them, go ahead and fill them in on your paper. But if you don't have them, these are the first things that you could get stuck on that might make you lose hope for being able to complete the audit yourself. The very first thing that we're gonna do is cover how to retrieve your EIN if you've lost it. Call the number in the description of the video. It's the number to the IRS directly. There is no faster way and there is no cheaper way to get the EIN number if you've lost it. I advise you to not pay a third-party service because you're just gonna pay them and they can't retrieve the EIN any faster for you. The IRS has to mail it to you. So call them, stay on the line, and get it ordered. It takes about 7 business days to get to you by the mail. The next task that we're gonna work on after retrieving your EIN or jotting it down on your checklist is gonna be taking photos of all the hard copy items on our checklist. This is gonna be pictures of your CDLs, medical card, vehicle annual inspections, and a supporting document within the dates requested for your record of duty status that's on your checklist. To find the date, it's number 8 on your checklist, and it can be a BOL, it can be a receipt, and basically it has to be any third-party proof that's not something that you would write up yourself that aligns with your record of duty status. So keep all of these easily accessible. I keep them all on my phone or on my computer or send them to myself on my email so that when we sit down on the computer to do the next part of the video, we have them easily accessible. This wraps up everything that we should and could do on the first day that we work on the audit. I've intentionally covered everything that you could do without being on the computer. If you're here with me at this point of the video, you are way ahead, and now you just need to dedicate some time to sit on the computer and finish the rest of the video. So going back to our checklist, where do we currently stand? We've covered how to recover our EIN number. We've taken pictures of our driver's license front and back, same for the medical card, and we've taken a picture of our vehicle inspection. I marked these as green to show that we've gotten the pictures, so not complete. I'll mark them as red when we're all complete with it. And the only thing that we left out that we could have took pictures of was the supporting document for the logs. If you had this on hand, you could have took pictures of this. What you have to notice is number 8. Here it shows the date that you need to provide legible driver logs. So since this customer had to provide legible driver logs from sometime in October, the supporting documents had to be something that was within that time frame. So if you could do that, go ahead and do that, but since I didn't do it, I'm just not going to mark it off yet. And so if you followed along, this covers where you should be at with your first off computer day, and believe me, it's a great start. If this is all you got done, you really are at a great start. So let's continue on to the first on-computer day. The very next thing that you want to do with your on-computer time is purchasing the Random Drug and Alcohol Consortium package. The reason being is so that you can request your pre-employment drug test as soon as possible. This is always done through your Drug and Alcohol Consortium package provider, and usually it's done through their portal online. I'm attaching the link for the provider that I found so that if you haven't purchased one, you could purchase the same one that I use for my customer here. I have no relationship to them or get any money for promoting them. but their price was one of the cheapest I could find at the time, and it got the job done. And it'll also make it easy for you guys to follow along. So the first step that you're gonna do is you're gonna pick a subscription plan and fill out all the payment info, make the purchase, and then you're gonna have a login portal that'll look like this if you choose this one. Whichever one you do choose, it should look, you should end up at some sort of homepage that looks like this once you're logged into your account. And so the first thing that we're gonna do is get one of the proofs that we need that's on our checklist, which is a receipt showing proof that we are enrolled in a random consortium. At the end of the day, this will work as proof, and I think the DOT knows that it's hard to get the compliance certificate sometimes. In this case, I wasn't able to get it the same day that we made the subscription. So what I did is I sent a message to the customer service, as you can see here, requesting the consortium certificate be sent to me. And they did about 2 days later by email. So on the audit, I just submitted both of these. Now that takes you, we're back on the home page. And the next thing that we're gonna do is add an operator. So I'm gonna block out some of this stuff, but you're just gonna go ahead and fill out all the steps. You shouldn't have any trouble doing this. It's all generic information that you'll have for yourself or for your drivers. After you've enrolled your operators, you should see your operators something like this. Obviously, they haven't had a pre-employment drug test. So the pre-employment drug test status says required. So through this website, if you chose this one, we're able to request a pre-employment drug test. And so I just followed the steps here and selected a site. Made the payment and got the confirmation. So at the end of the day, you want to have your pre-employment drug test complete. A lot of what I have seen personally is that DOT auditors will give you a break on this, but once you've been audited, it's time to complete it if you haven't already. Many people believe that they don't need to complete the pre-employment drug test because they've already been on the road for some time, or their drivers have been on the road for some time. And although you have been operating without technically being in compliance, now that you're informed, which is the point of the audit, you're not supposed to continue on being out of compliance. So this is why now you need to complete your pre-employment drug test for yourself and for the drivers. The information from the new Entrant audit is ultimately to educate you on what is required to be in compliance. That way, if something happens down the road, they can tell you that you've passed the audit and you know the rules. The following on-computer task is going to be recovering your USDOT PIN if you can't locate yours. In the description of this video, you'll find the link that brings you to this page. I'm going to select to request my current USDOT PIN. The option for a new PIN is in case you think your old PIN has been compromised. With either selection, you're going to find yourself on this page where you need to enter your company details, and this is where you're going to need the EIN number that we recovered earlier. After you fill out this information and hit continue, you have to select a way to receive your two-step verification code. After you hit continue, enter that two-step verification code here, and the next email or text will be your USDOT PIN. And now we can mark it down on our checklist. So as a quick recap, going back to our checklist, this is where we left off. So we had driver's license done, medical card done, vehicle inspection done, the pictures of them. And where you should stand at this very moment, we have gone over how to recover your USDOT PIN. We do have proof of the consortium certificate, which is a receipt that we are enrolled in the consortium. They do ask for the consortium certificate here, but later I'll show you where the receipt of it is just as good. And we have requested that the pre-employment drug test be done. So I'm gonna mark it as green, like halfway done. So this is where we should stand. And let's keep moving on to our on-computer day and get some more of this stuff knocked out. The very next on-computer task that I want to do is gaining access to the Login.gov website. So if you look in the description of the video, follow the link, it'll take you to this page. And something important to note is open a whole new browser, open only this tab, and try to have no other tabs open. I found that it did mess up on me several times when I had multiple tabs open doing this. So this is going to be the same username and password that you used when you created your DOT. If you paid somebody to create your DOT for you, you could ask them what they used. You don't need them in order to completely finish. If you don't like each other anymore, you don't have to contact them. The only thing you got to do here is, in the case that you can't gain access, what I would do first is just try to reset your password using your email. You'll see very quickly if you can reset it or not. And case number 2 is that you haven't created a Login.gov account. So if that's the case, you're going to click on the link where you create a new account. All of these links are in the description of this video. So if you're not sure where to go, then follow along there. At the very last and worst case is that you need to call the FMCSA. All those options are in the description of the video. Once you're in, you're going to be looking at something like this. If you had trouble logging in, make sure to add your email and the phone number that you could use for 2-step verifications. That's the first thing you should do if you had any trouble. So the goal here is log in once to login.gov. Keep this tab on the browser by itself when you first log in. And from then on, you're going to use this browser with only this tab open. So keep this tab open, and in a new tab on the same browser, you're going to open the links to log into the new Entrant portal, the FMCSA portal, etc. The first one that you have to enter is going to be the FMCSA portal. So again, in the first tab, you're going to be logged into the login.gov, and on the second tab, you're going to go to the FMCSA portal. That should bring you exactly to this page. When you click on sign in with login.gov, since your other tab is already logged in, it'll just take you straight through. You'll see this page where you agree and continue. And now you're in the FMCSA portal for the first time. If this is your first time in this portal, it'll look like this, and this is how you set it up. This is the setup that most guys are gonna do if you're just a owner-operator, small trucking company, normal-sized trucking company. I would say probably even up to 10 units. And if you're more than 10 units on your new Entrant, I'm sure you have some professional help here. So pretty much everybody is gonna click on company employee or an associate of the company. And then it'll take you here where you enter in your DOT number. You have to look it up. And then on this note here, it says that there's no company official. So that's the first thing that you set up is yourself as the owner, as a company official. And it's obviously available, so you click there, you hit add role, and then it always wants a reason, so you just enter complete new Entrant audit. That's our reason to do this. When you hit next, it wants the personal information, so go ahead and enter your information there. Your work information, you're gonna have to give away all your freedom to them, so read that carefully. Accept it anyways if you want a truck here. Nothing you could do about it. And so as soon as you finish all that, your FMCSA portal will look like this. So remember, what we're trying to do is gain access to the new Entrant website. So in order to do that, you got to finish setting up this FMCSA portal. Find yourself here to the My Profile under Account Management. And I'm going to show you an error that I did here. If you don't want to see or you don't care what I did wrong, all you have to do is click on View Change Security Questions on the right and do those now. But I'll show you how I ran through it. So I try to do it, and so as a small company, you're gonna set up as DACH Motor Carrier Admin, and then the company official. Here, reason for the request is for the Clearinghouse registration. This is what your page should look like when you're setting this up. So you click Update Profile, and this is the error. The following errors: you haven't chosen your security questions. So I go back. I had to figure out where those were because I never noticed them the first time. I saw it was requested anyways. I'm not sure if it would have worked, but I wanted to make sure to solve that error. So I finally spotted him, and I went ahead and entered my security stuff. And then click Update Profile. Done. Went back to Portal Roles. Went back through the steps. I want to say it took less than 10 minutes, but once that system accepts you there, you will have access to the new Entrant portal. And that'll wrap up everything we're gonna that you should do in the FMCSA portal. The very next thing that we're going to walk through is registering for Clearinghouse. So in the same way, on the first tab, you're going to have Login.gov logged in, and on another, you're going to pull this website up and register. You put in your details, and since the other tab is open and logged in, you should get the agree and continue. And this is the page that it'll open up to. So since we're a owner-operator sort of deal, we are the employer even if we are only employing ourselves, and so that's where the option on the bottom is register as an employer and driver. Yes, we have an FMCSA portal account. Hit next. And so the reason that I'm getting this error is because I tried this before doing the previous step, which was registering for the FMCSA portal. So if you followed along, you won't have this. If you skipped along and you didn't do this, then you're going to have to go back to the FMCSA portal and finish this part of the screen successfully. And when you come back here, you won't get this error. Instead, it'll look like this. So we are linked with the FMCSA portal account. We hit next. We enter our contact information. Yes, I am the owner and operator. So this is the part where you designate your CTPAS. So in the case of the consortium that I chose, they already pop up on this list. If yours doesn't, there's a way to add it. Unfortunately, since I didn't have to go through it, I don't have it on video. But if you found a popular one, you shouldn't have any issue here. You just look for yours, verify the mailing address, and then you're going to select report violations, report RTD information, and conduct queries. Hit next. So here I accidentally put the wrong CDL. I just want to show you guys that you can make mistakes. So I'm showing you pretty much how I did it. Put the wrong driver's license number. Somehow it kicked me out when that happened. So just go ahead and log back in. It made me start over. So real quick, I just clicked through everything again. So here I was able to fix the CDL. I accept the terms and conditions, and we are finished registering for the Clearinghouse. So now we can finally knock something off of our checklist. So after being registered here, you go to dashboard, and then you go to compliance reports, and you download the compliance report. Here's a quick view of what it looks like. So this is something that we're going to submit. So save it in your folder where you're saving all your documents that we need to submit later. But this is what it looks like, and that wraps up everything we need to do in Clearinghouse. So again, in the same way, with the other tab, with the first tab logged into the Login.gov website, we're going to open a new tab. We're going to go to the new Entrant website, hit login from Login.gov, agree and continue. And this is your first view of the new Entrant. This is where you're going to upload all your documents. Everything that we have to on the checklist is where we upload it. You don't have to click through it on the left, but when you upload it, where it says upload here, and just label things correctly. So I'm going to walk through how I uploaded the driver's list. So you click upload, make sure you know where it is in your computer, and then I put the driver's name here and I hit upload. You make sure to get your confirmation, and I'll show you how to make sure that all your documents were uploaded later. But you're going to do this for every single thing, okay? So far, that's our driver's list. The only one that we're going to do differently is going to be the record of duty status, which I'll show you how to do. But everything else, medical card, vehicle list, license, motor vehicle report, everything else is going to be submitted in this way. You just have to make sure it was do submit everything. The vehicle list and the driver list you have to make. I'm going to include the template for the vehicle list and the driver's list. It's FMCSA compliant. So you just fill in your own, just make sure to fill in each of these categories. Don't leave anything blank. Remember, you want the auditor to be on your side, so give them as much info as you can. My customer was using Samsara as an ELD provider, so this is exactly how to do it. Pause it, because I run through it quickly here. This is where you find it. You click on compliance, driver's hours of service. You click on the driver that they requested. You choose the dates that they requested, and then you go to transfer logs, FMCSA auto transfer. This is where you put your news number, and boom, it's submitted. Here is where you can view everything that's successfully been uploaded. And what I did is I put everything on our checklist in this folder, and that way I could compare and make sure that I have absolutely everything on here. So we have the driver's list, the vehicle list, commercial driver's license, medical certificate, the MVR, the MCS 90. which is the proof of insurance. So this brings us to the end of the video, and if you've gotten here, you've seen everything you need to see in order to complete the new Entrant audit on your own. As a gift to you, I'll provide the FMCSA compliant driver list, vehicle list, and company summary that I made. All you have to do is email me and I'll send it over. All I ask in return is that you remember loyalty insurance when it's time to renew your insurance for your trucking or transportation company. The difference between us and anyone else is that we do as much possible to keep money in your pocket instead of looking how to take money out of it. This is something that has brought me as far as I've gotten, and I know that it's something that'll take me even further. Me and anyone that works for me looks for ways to improve your business, save you time, and save you money. So if you find value in this video, please give it a like, share it with somebody that you think would benefit from seeing it, and always call Loyalty Insurance, the professionals that care about you, your business, and your life.